During times of war, economic collapse, or widespread scarcity, historians and preppers alike often focus on the big players: rationing, crops, canned goods, or firearms. Yet, tucked quietly into the corners of history lies an overlooked survival strategy: small animals. From backyard chickens to urban rabbits, these creatures often determined whether families survived or went hungry. Their role is rarely discussed, but once you understand it, you begin to see how ordinary civilians, far from battlefields, wielded an extraordinary tool for endurance. Today, we're going to uncover their forgotten role, and more importantly, how you could apply this knowledge in a modern survival context. Small animals weren't just a source of meat. They were living, breathing multi-tools. Chickens provided eggs, meat, and even fertilizer for gardens. Rabbits multiplied quickly and could feed a family without requiring the space or feed of larger livestock. Pigeons delivered messages when communications broke down and even supplemented diets with occasional eggs or meat. In wartime Britain, civilians kept hundreds of backyard flocks despite strict rationing, understanding that eggs could bridge the gap between hunger and nourishment. Each animal was a micro-ecosystem of survival, quietly sustaining families when everything else failed. It's crucial to grasp how adaptability shaped this practice. Unlike crops, small animals could thrive in confined spaces, making them ideal for urban environments or small homesteads. During the Second World War, Londoners kept rabbits in hutches in back gardens and even on rooftops. These rabbits required minimal maintenance. Scraps from the kitchen, a small hutch, and basic care were enough to sustain breeding cycles. Each litter represented an insurance policy against food shortages. Rabbits, for instance, are incredibly prolific. Within months, a single pair could become an entire protein supply. This is practical history you can use today. Even in a suburban backyard, a few rabbits or quails can provide eggs or meat, while taking up only a fraction of the space a cow or pig would demand. Small animals also offered security against nutritional monotony. History shows that rations alone, while preventing starvation, often led to deficiencies. Eggs from chickens or ducks, milk from goats, and the occasional rabbit or pigeon meat provided essential proteins and fats missing from grain-heavy diets. This knowledge can be translated into modern prepping. A family garden, supplemented by a few chickens or a single goat, could significantly increase diet diversity. By integrating small animals, you're not just stockpiling calories. You're ensuring nutritional resilience, which is crucial if long-term survival stretches into months or years. The lessons of history extend beyond just food. Rabbits and chickens also produced manure, an invaluable fertilizer when chemical supplies were scarce. During occupation periods in Europe, civilians discovered that the manure from backyard flocks was as vital as the animals themselves. It nourished small kitchen gardens, boosting yields from limited plots. Today, preppers who aim for sustainability should consider how every animal contributes not only to calories, but also to soil fertility. Even small urban setups can integrate composting and manure management to sustain garden crops over time, creating a miniature self-reinforcing survival system. One of the most fascinating examples of small animals in survival is the role of pigeons. Often associated solely with communication, wartime pigeons were also a source of food in extreme situations. In cities under siege, their eggs and meat supplemented otherwise sparse rations. This dual-purpose strategy, using animals for multiple survival functions, highlights a mindset that is still relevant today. In a prepping context, look for species that serve more than one purpose. Ducks, for example, provide eggs, meat, and pest control for gardens, reducing the need for pesticides. Chickens scratch for insects, rabbits provide manure, and pigeons act as both messengers and occasional food. Every animal can multiply its survival value when approached strategically. Practical application of these lessons requires preparation and planning. Start by selecting species suited to your environment. Chickens, rabbits, quail and pigeons are ideal for small-scale setups. Invest in proper housing to protect them from predators and disease, just as historical civilians did. Learn breeding cycles and seasonal considerations. Understanding when eggs are most abundant or when young animals should be weaned can maximize yield. In urban contexts, even a balcony or small yard can sustain a microflock. In rural or suburban areas, rotational grazing and co-ops can support higher numbers without overtaxing resources. By treating these animals not as pets, but as critical survival assets, you embrace the same mindset that allowed civilians to endure extreme wartime conditions. Ultimately, the forgotten role of small animals teaches an essential lesson. Survival isn't just about stockpiles and weapons. It's about sustainable, adaptable systems. Civilian families who recognized the value of chickens, rabbits and pigeons often had an advantage that historians rarely credit. They created living food sources, fertilizers and even communication networks that carried them through scarcity and chaos. Modern preppers and history enthusiasts can learn from this. Integrating small animals into survival planning isn't a quaint hobby. It's a strategy rooted in proven historical practice. So, if you want to truly prepare, think beyond the pantry. Consider the micro-ecosystems that small animals can create and the multiple survival functions they serve. Learn from history, experiment responsibly, and build a system that can sustain you through scarcity while remaining adaptable to modern constraints. And for more deep dives into survival history and practical prepping knowledge, don't forget to subscribe to The Prepper Historian and share this video with fellow enthusiasts who want to uncover the hidden lessons of the past.